Hello and welcome to Porch Conversations. We want to take this moment to talk about influencing and its collaborative move to an addition to entrepreneurs. And it's a tricky subject because as an entrepreneur you're always looking for growth in the form of an increase. And when an entrepreneur grows a company, they don't generally take time out to take a look at influence. Actually, the dogs, if you can see them behind me, are showing examples of influence. Entrepreneur. You're chasing your sale, and then sometimes you fall. And then you got the two people that are like, there's Zelda and there's Zoe. And then Hazel's around here somewhere. So that's kind of your example of entrepreneur. However, when you add in influence, it's important to understand that you have a job to do. And it's not to uplift people. That's not your job. That doesn't create a strong foundation for anyone. So you're actually hurting people when all you do is yell out joy, 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 joy. You're actually setting up the country or your business or other people's business for failure to invite corruption, collusion, and Ponzi schemes as a new norm of business, which it actually is. The problem is that people are hypnotized by the bells and whistles of a fake friend, a fake uplift, a fake like. It's like they're feeling some sort of vibe from a collective of influence that they think they're succeeding because they're making money, but money doesn't mean success. Money just brings more problems, and that's why we're watching all this erotica behavior. Because they're always trying to keep you liking them. That's not how you build an audience. It's not how you build an audience. And especially if you are targeting one particular person who literally is the guru of knowing thyself. Especially if they're the guru of knowing thyself. And you're going to try to use words in a copy to show who you actually are. To expose yourself. Then you're going to come back with more content to expose yourself. While everyone's, I told you in the beginning, no one knows who's undercover. And you're showing your true colors of your influencer. Because honestly, an influencer is not your friend. They're supposed to be educating you on things. Meaning you're going to have your audience go in. It's like a roller coaster ride of, they like you, they can't stand you, they will even hate you, and that's your goal. You want to weed out the bad, you want to help those in need. When someone is in trouble, they don't like being in trouble. That's the point of being a leader. That's why women are in their positions currently with the number of followers and fans, because women don't like to be called out on their bullshit. The modern day woman definitely doesn't. They don't go for real feedback. They go to be praised for things that make them look good and feel good versus actually taking a look and living in the rotten phase of their business expansions to where they literally will go on their platforms and bullshit audiences in the form of thousands, in the form of hundreds of thousands, but they won't even have any feeling because they think they're winning. Which is a huge disconnect in reality and a huge exposure for who they actually are. So if you are a true entrepreneur, you are getting you're not getting hate comments, not like Charli D'Amelio style of hate comments. Those are authentic. We can't stand you because you're a child. Because you don't have any parenting. Your parents didn't parent you. They basically just told you, do you. Hype house? Like, seriously? Like, that is literally your sign that they didn't have parents, and then they tried to destroy the world while they tried to get everybody to purchase toilet paper. While they then gave them more attaboys and kudos by putting them on this show and this runway, and they don't have talent. They don't have education. They're in some weird mental status of unrealistic living, and then they're trying to teach other kids how to behave like that and live in some fog brain mind with no ethics and morals. It's very clear. And that's the democracy that Kamala Harris talks about is hurting America. She says that's the democracy that's at stake. And then the influencers jump on board because they want to make more money and they like going to these weird parties. However, they don't really like going to the parties. But think about that as a long-term existence of life. If you have substance. To be a fly on the wall at one of those parties, it's not like going to an NFL Super Bowl party at your buddy's house down the street where everyone's comfortable. You know there's some arguments going on in the room. However, you're still laughing and having a good time. It's not like that. It's demonic. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. It actually sets the trajectory for the future of your existence for your kids because it gets worse. Examples are, take a look at Charli D'Amelio. When you have bad leadership like Obama and bad Hollywood they don't do storyline, they do seduction. See, movies used to be about storytelling. And there's always the person that says you don't like something, and that's actually a good thing. And to have negative reviews on a movie actually keeps a lid on your self-esteem so you don't get carried away with how great you are. So instead of just dealing with the fact that 100% of the time you're always going to have negative feedback, they don't even acknowledge the negative feedback. That's the problem. They never look within. They just look over there and blame somebody else, go buy themselves a purse, and then figure out ways to manipulate you as an audience to get you to like them again versus just being someone that's likable. Notice how I said that in a sentence? I'm not your friend. I'm interesting. I have a lot of conversations to create dialogue within your existence. But you want a friend in an influencer? You want to be the entertainer's friend? I'm telling you right now, you never want to cross that line because this side of the aisle is not as much fun as you think it is. It's actually not fun at all. It's not. You're not ever relaxed. You're always working. That's why you don't become an influencer when you're 16 years old, when you're 18 years old. Those people like Jazzy and that other little girl, all they want to do is be famous. They don't want to help people. They want to abuse people and they want to feel good doing it. When you're an influencer, you must always know that it's a roller coaster ride of people not liking what you have to say and people adoring what you say and people talking smack about what you say. And nothing has, if you're in a real space of influence, if you're not in a real space of influence, everything they say is about you, and that's true. However, if you're in a real space of helping people, it's not about you, it's about themselves and the work that you're giving out because you actually have real education to deliver. And you'll never understand it. You don't just show up one day and think that you understand things. That's how you know it's not a real influencer. Because they put a mask over who they really are and create a brand and an image. And I'm not a brand and an image. I'm a person with a life, living a real life. But the brand and the image allows them to abuse you as the audience. So it's your job as the audience to recognize the person who's the abuser and the person who's actually up to teaching